I don't build Excel charts anymore. Not because I stopped using Excel, not because I outsourced it, but because AI turned charting into a one-time setup instead of something I have to constantly redo. If you're still manually rebuilding charts, you're paying a hidden time tax that you don't see on your calendar. Let me show you the system that made charting basically disappear for me. Now, before we really get going, here's why this matters. Charting always happens at the worst possible time. The analysis is done, the deadline is close, your brain is fried, and suddenly you're fighting with axes, labels, and formatting instead of actually thinking and guiding decisions. Leadership doesn't reward that work. They don't say, great bar spacing. They say things like, this was clear. This helped us decide. Can you send this earlier next time? Manual charting quietly steals time, credibility, and leverage. And most people just accept it as part of the job. But it doesn't have to be. So with that, let's get started with Copilot in Excel. If you haven't already, make sure to click the link in the description and join my free weekly newsletter, Finance Automation Insider. I send a copy every Wednesday with tips, tricks, and hacks just like this, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Plus, when you join, I'll send you a free copy of my guide to 15 5-minute finance automations. So click the link in the description to get started now. Copilot's superpower is not perfection, it's momentum. It's native to Excel, and it replaces clicking through chart menus, guessing chart types, staring at a blank sheet wondering where to start. When the data is structured, you can ask Copilot for a chart and get something usable in seconds. Is it final? No. You always want to polish any work that AI does. But is it good enough to move forward? Almost always. Now this matters because speed equals credibility. Fast answers often beat perfect formatting. Now, here we are in Excel, and I'm going to open up Copilot and turn on Copilot's new agent mode. So we're going to go here to Copilot, we're going to go to chat, and then we're going to come down here, hit tools, and we're going to turn on agent mode. And I love agent mode. This can do so much. It's going to interact directly with our workbook, and it's going to pop in any charts we want. And it's going to do it really well because this is native Excel functionality because Copilot is from Microsoft. And agent mode is now broadly available. If you have a Copilot subscription, you almost definitely have agent mode. So let's go ahead and click agent mode. We'll let that fire up, and now let's see what we want to pop in here. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in a simple prompt. So build 3 charts that best visualize and explain the 13-week cash flow forecast on this tab. Is this a perfectly structured prompt? No, and that's exactly the point. I could engineer the crap out of this prompt, but with agent mode, you don't need to over-engineer it a lot. Plus, we could tell it exactly the charts we want looking at this, but sometimes it's going to come back and give you cool ideas. The great thing is this is not a prompt response like chatbots have traditionally been. We can ask it to change if we don't like what we get back. So we're going to let it decide what 3 charts are best. It may come up with something even better than we would have thought of, and we're going to give it this really basic prompt so you can see just how powerful this is. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to hit send, and we're going to let it work its magic. All right, and our charts are already coming back. You can see them almost instantly popping in. Wow, look at how fast that is. So here, first of all, here's a weekly cash position chart. Here's a weekly net cash flow chart. And then I think we should be waiting on one more chart. But did you see how fast those came in? Like we're sitting here, I just prompted it a few seconds ago, and we've already got our charts. Now it looks like the other chart came in a little bit over here. Let's go ahead and scroll, and here's the weekly cash outflows by category. So here's what we're spending our expenses on. And these are native Excel charts. They're pretty darn good charts. Cash position, net cash flow, weekly cash outflows by category. And here's an explanation of chart 1, how it works, what data it's using, the insight it's giving. Same for chart 2, the weekly net cash flow. And same for chart 3, the weekly cash outflows by category. Now let's see if we can adjust this a little bit based on our preferences. So I'm going to go ahead and put in another simple prompt. All right, these charts are great. Could you adjust them slightly to put parentheses around negative values, use variations of green, gray, and black, F9 finance colors, and expand the font size to make it more readable? We'll go ahead and send that away, and we'll watch Copilot adjust our charts that are here. All right, and you can look and see the charts are changing on their own. So it's moved on to step 1. Everything is now in green scales, black. There's all of our numbers changed to parentheses right before our eyes, and the font size increased. Look at that. In just a couple of seconds, everything has been adjusted just like we asked for. And here's confirmation that the changes we asked for have been applied. How cool is that? And this is what I mean. They may not be perfect right away. You can tweak them fast. Agent mode can help you work with them. And the best part is it linked all of this up. So like if I hit this and hit select data, it linked everything up to our live forecast file. So these charts are good as long as we're using this file. How cool is that? Have any questions so far? Go ahead and leave them in the comments. I read everyone and I am more than happy to help. So now that we've looked at Copilot, which is the tool from Microsoft, we're going to look at where Claude and Excel comes in. Now, Claude feels a little bit different because it does a lot more reasoning before it visualizes. Instead of just building a chart, it's a lot better at thinking about why a chart works, what might confuse the viewer, what story the chart actually tells. Now, this is huge for things like budget versus actuals, trend versus noise, and executive-facing visuals. It really helps you avoid charts that are technically correct, but practically useless. So I'm going to come in over here. I'm going to close out Copilot. I'm going to open Claude. Now, Claude is an add-in. So if you have a Copilot license and you're on Office 365, Copilot is just going to pop right up. Claude, you have to install by going to add-ins right here, searching for Claude in Excel. I'll also mention that unlike Copilot, which works with almost any type of Copilot subscription or license you have, for Claude, you're going to need any version of paid. It doesn't need to be one of the really expensive paid versions, just the base level, but the only one you don't get it on is the free version. So you will need it, but you may very well want it when you see just how powerful this is. So now we've got our Claude window open and let's do some charting. I'm again going to come here. I'm going to put in our simple prompt. So before with Copilot, I simply asked for charts because it's really good at working with Excel. But with Claude, Claude is really good at piecing the stories together. So here I'm going to ask it to build 3 charts that tell a cohesive executive-ready story of what is happening with cash flow and what actions can or should be taken. So we'll go ahead and send that off and we will let Claude do its magic. Now, one really cool thing I've noticed as I've worked more with Claude and with Copilot agent mode is that Claude is a lot better at explaining to you its thought process as it goes. Now, oftentimes you'll see some of the thinking pieces or the steps that Copilot's running, but Claude very consistently explains to you what it's doing. So right now, before building, it's telling us what it's doing. And then it looks like it's decided to give us an entire executive dashboard here based on what it decided it would do. So it kind of does that planning, that reasoning, that storytelling before it starts executing. Now, Copilot gave us a great product, but it dove right in. And that's something I pretty consistently see is you don't get to watch the thought process. You don't get to watch that agentic AI process run. And that's something I really like about Claude. So now this is really nice. Now, I didn't point Claude to a specific page, but it's brought in not only kind of the weekly cash movement, it's brought in all of the different scenarios we have on our scenario tab. It's also putting all of our data for the charts on one single tab for the executive dashboard. And that's really great from an auditing standpoint, from a long-term maintenance standpoint. This data, you can tell this data is connected live to our other pages. But putting it all on one page, we can now see exactly the data for each chart. It's labeling it. It's being a lot more methodical about the work it's doing. And that's something, again, that I've seen really consistently out of Claude. I think another thing I'm noticing is that, we had fine formatting when we got Copilot, but Claude's actually taking the step to stop and style the chart. So you're seeing it styling the charts for executive readiness. And so it's trying to do its best cleaning it up. Now, it doesn't know, we didn't tell it our formatting, we didn't tell it what we wanted, but it's doing its best to make it look nice. And then also you'll already notice instead of just putting the chart there, it's labeling them. It's telling a story. Here's the base versus stress scenarios. Here's weekly cash and out. Here's where does the money go? And it's just making it a lot more user-friendly and less technical. Again, something I very consistently see out of Claude and one of the reasons that I love Claude for Excel. And here's the final instructions coming back. So whereas Copilot gave us the charts and said, here's the charts, here's how they work, Claude is actually telling us what we need to think. So chart 1, cash balance trajectory. Here's what's happening, where we're headed. Here's an action. Chart 2, here's what's happening, here's an action. And chart 3, here's what's happening, here's an action. Two tools that get to a similar end result of putting charts in, but one tool that really goes to the next level to help you build the story as the first pass. Now, this is how you reduce revisions and keep executives happy. When charts explain themselves, nobody misreads them. You don't get follow-up meetings just to explain a slide, and the chart actually leads to a decision. But sometimes even great charts don't go far enough because you need additional analysis on the data. And that's where Python for Excel will come in. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I post brand new videos every week, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Now, this is the moment everything changed for me. Python for Excel not only does advanced data analytics, it can also produce charts. Now, what that gives us the ability to do is turn charts from objects into the entire logic. The logic and the analysis lives in the code. The formatting lives in the code. The chart can update automatically when the analysis runs. This can give you trend analysis, advanced scenario analysis, statistical analysis. This is when charting really stops being something you produce and something that helps make decisions. So now we're actually going to stay in Claude for Excel because it can help us do the Python work. So now I'm going to give it another prompt, a little bit more advanced this time, but really just guiding it to how we want it to work. So I need your help creating Python for Excel. I want to run ranges of cash flow position over time based on the scenarios and the likelihood of each scenario occurring. Right, so I've got scenarios here. We're visualizing the scenarios, but now I'm actually asking it to go back to the data. Take the idea of the scenarios, what could happen with the scenarios, but give me actual ranges. How likely is it we end up in a negative position versus a positive position? And then I want this visualized with a Python generated chart. So we'll go ahead and send that away, and now we'll start integrating our analysis with our charting. Again, something that Claude does really well here is it thinks as it goes. It'll come back as it's just done and ask us questions for additional information. This is very different from Copilot, which pretty consistently just dives right in. So what probability weight should I assign to each of the 5 scenarios for the Monte Carlo simulation? And that's great. Monte Carlo is exactly what we should be running here, and I didn't tell it that. Claude chose. So I'm going to go here and say conservative and stress heavy because that's how we want to test our cash flow. So let's go ahead and select number 2. Now it's asked us for the information and it's going to go back and do the work for us. So we're saying we're going to do a Monte Carlo simulation, we're going to do percentile bands, and then it's going to do a fan chart with confidence intervals. Good luck building a polished fan chart with confidence intervals quickly in Excel, but Python can do it for us in just seconds on top of a dynamic analysis. So now you can see Claude went through, it actually tested the Python on the back end to make sure it works. Now it's building up our data table for the Monte Carlo simulation right here. And then it's saying exactly what we need to do. So it can't work directly with Python for Excel. Neither can Copilot yet, but it's telling us exactly what we need to do for the chart. Take the code from cell B43 and put it into a PY cell. And once it's done running, we're going to take the code and we'll put it into a PY cell just like it's saying. And then the analysis will be able to update. This Python analysis is running off of our live workbook. So this is an analysis we'll be able to continuously refresh and work with. All right, so here's our analysis. So we'll get the Python in 1 second, but here's what it did. It did a Monte Carlo simulation summary that's done with Python. It has a Python generated chart that we're going to get, and then it's giving us the Python in Excel code because again, it can't stick it straight in. Here's the key findings and the executive actions. Weeks 1 to 2 are the danger zone for a chance of negative cash. By week 7, the risk is minimal and the conservative scenario still ends at around 682,000, meaning it is statistically significantly unlikely we would run out of cash, even though some of our scenarios show a negative cash balance. So let's go ahead and grab our Python code. It's saying it's in the note right here. So let's go to our review. All right, so we've got our code. Let's go ahead and turn on a Python cell. We're going to paste in our stuff. We're going to put Control Enter. There's our code. It's running. As soon as it's done being busy, we will go ahead and get our chart. All right, so it's generated our image. We'll right click. We'll go to our Python output. We're going to do this as an Excel value, so it will expand. And that's going to give us the dynamic chart that will refresh with our data. And there it is. So here is our Monte Carlo cash forecast. Here's our zero cash balance. So you're seeing that this is the only range of possibilities and the only range of scenarios in which it would be likely we have no cash. And the median impacts, or the most likely scenarios, keep us well above $200,000. These are probability 5 to 95. So this is a significant outlier situation. You can see here's the statistical analysis of the cash balance down here. And again, good luck quickly building something like this in Excel, because it's not only the analysis, it's not only a complex statistics chart, it's also all of the formatting to build this in the first place. And that's the power of using AI to generate your charts. And now the payoff here is massive. No more formatting drift. No more did I forget something. No more late night chart rebuilds. This is where I never build charts again becomes real. So here's what actually changed for me when I started using AI to build charts. I save hours every month. I spend less time fixing slides. I'm focused on having conversations with leadership and guiding decisions. And the best part, I'm not stressed before meetings anymore. The biggest win was not prettier charts. It was fewer of them, faster. And even better, once charts are automated, everything else changes. Now you've got time to automate commentary, to have forecasts that update themselves. Month end stops owning your life. And if that sounds like the direction you want to go, then you need to catch my video on building AI agents. It's going to take everything you just learned even farther. I'm going to put the link to the video here. Again, if you liked this video, do not miss my video on AI agents. I'll see you over there. Until then, this is Mike signing off from F9 Finance. Cheers.